Distortion for the organization, Michigan Fit. Great to be here. Thanks for having me. And we're talking about avoiding portion distortion. And it's a really important topic because here in the United States, how many of you knew that 1/3 of our population is overweight or obese? That's about 33%. So out of 10 people, at least 3 of them are overweight or obese. And it's not getting any better either. So it's great that you have this club and getting the word out about health. This is an interesting cartoon that I got in my email, being in nutrition and dietitian and the chef. This is something I got in my email, and if you notice, since 1980, what is happening in this cartoon? Yeah, our waistlines are getting bigger, but our computers are getting smaller. So there's a certain correlation. I think people are spending so much time in front of the computer and not being as active and not eating right, that since 1980, the average person's waistline has increased more than an inch. So if you took an average person in 1980, put them next to somebody now, on average, that person now would be at least, their waistline would be at least 1 inch more than a person like back in 1980, which tells you that there's definitely a problem. And I mean, you've seen a lot of these types of problems on TV. Kids even today, the young adults, they're developing diabetes at a much earlier age. Like diabetes, it used to be, type 2 diabetes used to be called adult onset diabetes, and now it's including kids that are like 16 years old as well that are developing it, when they're not supposed to develop this until they're like 40. So I just wanted to kind of start off with that and go into portion distortion. I'm chef nutritionist George Rapitas. I'm also a doctor in holistic nutrition, and I do a lot of these types of things. Currently I'm doing a cooking tour. I go to a lot of different places like universities, churches. I've been doing healthy cooking demonstrations at all different places where they need healthy eating. And one of the problems that people have is managing their portions. Does anybody eat some of the things you see on the screen? Or you know people that do? Okay. Some of the things are not too bad, but some are worse than others. So the one thing that kind of stands out is, let's see, the McDonald's French fries. Just a small McDonald's French fry, one portion is like 230 calories by itself. So can you imagine the bigger ones, the supersized ones, what those could be? They could be 400 to 500 calories probably. Things like a small icy, 110 calories. Just one little chocolate chip cookie, 52 calories. Even a couple slices of bacon, 84 calories. So it kind of gives you an idea of how much obesity is as a result of not watching our portion sizes. I've also brought some models. I'll have you guys come up here and take a look at some of the things I have up here. I've taken like sugar packets and kind of give you an idea of how much sugar is in everything. So how many people know somebody that drinks one of these every day? Well, if they only knew that they're drinking about 20 packets of sugar. There's about 90 grams of sugar in one super big gulp if you're drinking like, if you fill it with like soda. So you're actually drinking all these packets of sugar when you're drinking a super big gulp. Even things like Gatorade. You might think it's a healthier drink, but if you have too much of it, it's like drinking all these packets of sugar. You know, your typical soda, your Pepsi. And this one even says real sugar, made with real sugar. But don't let that fool you, because they're still sugar. You're drinking all that. Even something that says V8 Fusion. This is kind of like fancy marketing. They put, make it a colorful rainbow colored can. They put the fruits and everything on there. They're telling you it's one serving of fruit, 100% juice, but you're still drinking all these packets of sugar. Some of the better choices, this one is no sugar added. This one only has 4 packets of sugar in it, so it's kind of a better choice, but still has 18 grams of sugar even though it's no sugar added. So it's really important to read your food labels. Even one of these, this is a raspberry rocket cream cakes. Who can guess how many grams of sugar is in one of these? Just one.
30.
You said 30. What did you say? And this says one cake is 30 grams, but if you eat 2, how many grams would that be? 60. So it would be all these sugar packets you're eating when you eat that. So it's sugar, sugar, sugar. And what does sugar do?
Stores in fat.
Yeah, it stores as fat. What's that? Yeah, exactly. It's funny you mentioned that. Even things like diet sodas, when you drink a lot of diet sodas, it makes you crave more sugar, actually. Yeah, you crave more. They've done studies, actually, where they have people drinking diet soda and compared it to people that are drinking regular soda, and the ones drinking the diet actually craved more junk food than the ones that were drinking regular soda. So it was kind of bizarre. So really the best thing to be drinking, for most of the time, what? Yeah, water is actually your best bet because it carries, helps carry vitamins, keeps you hydrated. There's no calories in water. And you can do a lot of interesting things if you get tired of drinking regular water. One of the things that I do is I'll take mint. I grow mint in my backyard. And I take that, I put it in a pitcher, and then I slice lemons, and then put some ice cubes in there, and I have fresh mint water. And I'm still getting my water intake, minus all the sugar and artificial flavors and caffeine. So if you've got a mint garden back there, if you like to grow herbs and things, or your parents or anybody, you can take it and put it in a pitcher with some lemons and let it sit for about 20 minutes in ice, and you have fresh lemon mint water. Yes?
So I've tried the lemon water thing.
Yes.
Does the mint help get rid of that lemon taste? Because that lemon taste was very strong in my water.
Yeah, the mint helps to kind of offset that.
Okay.
And mint's really good for your digestive system. Yes?
Doesn't that help with detox?
Yeah, it also helps with removing toxins from your liver. It can help a little bit with that if you're drinking it every day. It's one of the best things to be drinking, actually, because it's fresh too from your garden. It doesn't have the pesticides and things that they spray.
No question.
Yes?
What about blending of fruit and drinking it? Pureeing fruit, whatever?
Yeah, that's actually a good thing. That's a good question. If you're gonna blend fruits, that's okay, but don't add more sugar to the fruit because fruit already has natural sugar. You can add a little agave. It's agave nectar that has less calories than regular smoothie drinks that have sugar. And also you can add stevia, which is a herbal sweetener too. That's another one you can add to your smoothies. But that's a good way to get all your fruits, because sometimes you're on a run. I know you guys are students and you're on the run a lot of times and you don't have time to make a lot of meals. That's one great way to get nutrition, and you're not drinking things from the vending machines a lot of times that are full of calories. Now, feel free if you have any questions. Don't be shy. Yes?
You know that drinks are, I used it's 0 calories, but it has a bunch of vitamins in it. Does that also more calories?
Because of the vitamins?
It has a bunch of vitamins, and all that stuff. That's just 0 calories, and they have sugar, there's not much sugar in it.
Yeah, there are a lot of drinks out there where they add vitamins to them to make them, to market it towards people that are trying to be more health conscious. So sometimes they can be good, but sometimes they have like artificial sweeteners too, like Splenda, and they have aspartame. So a lot of times they have those type of artificial sweeteners, and those can cause you to crave more sugar on top of it. So I like when they just make it just, they had a couple drinks that I've seen where they've made it just, with lemon juice inside and citric acid to kind of preserve it. And they were good, but they didn't last very long because people want to have something that's sweeter most of the time. So it just all depends. But I brought a really neat presentation here to go along with wording portion distortion. And this is a bagel today versus a bagel 20 years ago. 20 years ago, a typical bagel was about 3 inches. Now it's about double, almost probably more than double. And then it was 20 years ago, 140 calories. And what do you think now a typical bagel would be? About 350 calories just for a bagel. And this typical bagel today is about 5 slices of bread. So if you eat a typical bagel today, it's like eating about 5 slices of bread because bagels are so dense. When you bite into a bagel, it's thicker than a regular piece of bread. So that's like 5 slices of bread in one bagel. And probably it's going to take you probably a while to work it off. You have to walk a lot of extra miles. Same thing with the front, like a typical 20 years ago, typical serving of French fries was about 2.4 ounces. Now the typical serving is about 6.9 ounces. So a lot of times when you go to like Wendy's or someplace, what was the small then is now the medium. So if you ask for a small now, they're giving you like a medium cup, which was probably the large back in the day. So they've increased the portion sizes. Because they're competing, a lot of fast food places are competing with each other and they want to give you more for your money. Like sodas, 20 years ago a soda was really like this, 6.5 ounces. And today a typical soda is about 20 ounces of drink. Which is more for your body to burn off. And the problem is that we're not active enough. We were probably more active in general back then, years ago. So how do we get more active? How can people get more active? Run. Yep.
I think if you schedule your time, schedule for yourself, so it'll be more motivated.
Exactly. Make more time to.
Like in our city, we drive a lot, so if let's say you're going to a friend's house that's close to your house, you can always walk, you don't have to drive.
Yeah. Even walking to mail a letter, you don't have to drive to the mailbox. You can walk to mail a letter if it's close by, or park farther away. I know it doesn't sound convenient, but sometimes it's nice to park farther away from the building. I did today. I ran all the way. Where you told me to park? I ran all the way here, and it felt good actually. You have a little run before the presentation. Yes.
It's interesting because as time progresses, we really get concerned about convenience. How we have convenience and technology, how can we get more by doing less, So it's like exercise, and it's kind of like the complete opposite of what we're trying to go for.
Yeah, because it's not convenient to the exercise.
It's like if we could pay someone to exercise for us, we would do it.
Yeah, we would. Or if we could get a robot to do it for us.
Right.
Do my jumping jacks for me.
Invented those things.
Yes.
They invented those things that you put around your waist and it's like makes you flex.
Oh, the
It's like you wrap it around.
Yeah.
And it kind of stimulates your muscle or something. I don't know.
yeah. There's a lot of gimmicks. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard the diet pills, obviously they're not healthy.
Yeah, diet pills, anything that sounds too good to be true is probably not going to work in the long term. And a lot of people that try the diet pills, later on they regret it because they end up putting on more weight with the diet pills. Anything that's like a quick fix, it seems like it doesn't work. The detox is a better thing, but not taking the pills is by eating better foods. Eating more fresh foods and vegetables, and that kind of stuff is more of a detox. And like avoiding like overly processed stuff, like the chips and pop and all that kind of thing. Yes.
I read something about something negative in terms of organic food. So what do you think about that? Like in terms of just eating regular food as opposed to organic?
The thing with organic food is that it's a more cleaner product. Like they take more steps to make sure that it's organic. So that's a good thing. But nutritionally, you can still get the same vitamins from a regular, if there's an apple, organic apple or regular apple, they still have the same vitamins. But if you're eating more organic foods, they're finding that it's a cleaner product, Like there was a pediatrician, he ate for 2 years straight, he ate nothing but organic foods for 2 years. And the thing he found out was that he had more energy and he got less colds. So in that way, it does work, but you have to really work at eating more organic foods in order for it to work. But it was interesting, yes?
I heard that drinking like a little bit of wine every day, like the alcohol content in it, helps prevent like the common cold or something like that.
For red wine, for colds, usually it's garlic is something that helps with the colds, usually. And probably red wine, if you're eating like a Mediterranean type diet, where you're eating fish and nuts and olive oil and then including red wine, it can help with that too, with keeping your immune system healthier with red wine.
Why does it like the fish, why does that need to be in combination with the red wine?
I think it's because it's just more balanced. Like they all work kind of together. The olive oil with the red wine and then the fish. Like all the vitamins sort of work together. Because they did a study where they just had people drinking red wine in the study every day, and they found they really didn't see a big health benefit from it. But when they combined the red wine with the Mediterranean diet, it seemed like people had less colds and they were healthier. Yes.
I heard about a study where, like, when you know how people that eat a ton of junk food and they eat a ton of food at the same time.
Yeah.
They said that like your body for some reason reads the food as junk food, so like it's not necessarily good to mix junk food and food together. Your body just takes all of it as the same.
And eliminates it.
Yeah. So you should eat it separate.
Yeah, a lot of times, if you have a good immune system and you have your body, like now you guys are younger, you can eliminate a lot of the toxins and things from foods better. But people that are older, they can't do that as well. That's why usually people that are older are developing a lot of diseases and things like that because their immune systems are lower, they're not as young. But it's good if you start now, because a lot of you are like in your 20s, I take it. By the time you're in your 30s, you're going to look like you're still in your 20s. Whereas people that eat a lot of bad food in their 20s, when they're in their 30s, they look like they're in their 40s. So it does have a lot to do with if you're eating the right stuff now that you're younger, and try to avoid a lot of the junk food. Because a lot of the companies, they want you, they're marketing towards you. They want you to eat all that stuff because they they have to compete with other companies. So it's really important that you watch what you eat, because look at, if you eat 100 extra calories per day, that's a 10-pound weight gain in 1 year. So if you're eating more